Hello. Are we back? Are we still back? Can we be back? Hello. Okay. There you go. Let's hope that it works now.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Let's hope it works the whole quest. Strange.
Yeah. I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
That's
Don't
what
put
I
the
thought
shippers.
too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type.
Same, girl.
How come I
Same.
never felt this way
Same.
before?
Oh my. No, I felt this way ever since I saw him. Shit, he doesn't have a voice. I'm flattered, Miss Donna. Although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And,
Do it, no balls.
have a happy Windbloom.
I intend to, my dear. But first, a question. If you don't mind, why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore.
Okay.
If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
That's a crazy comparison, but okay.
But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
I understand, and I'm flattered. I was able to bring back the butterflies, but I do need to see to some business, so I will take my leave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You two are exactly the people I've been trying to find. So, Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? I never remember what voice I do for Traveler. I lost what I just found. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all, chat. I found something and I lost it again. I don't remember where I put it. The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes. Oh gosh, y'all, I might change it to like the Chinese dub or something if there's too much reading, and there probably will be for my just so feeble voice. You won't get to experience my amazing voice acting skills the whole time. Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at the headquarters. Okay. Paralogism. Because if I have to figure out a voice for like everyone except Paimon, no, I'd just rather not. Because I know Venti won't have a voice. Assuming his ass is in here, it definitely is. This is Mondstadt. Why would he not be here? I don't think Duke will have a voice either. That being said, I don't keep up with the Genshin drama as well as I should. So as well as I should. No, it's fine. I keep up with the Genshin drama just as much as I should for a Genshin streamer, which isn't enough, but you know.
Ah, Kaya, you found
She
them.
has a voice. What nice for me to do. Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you.
No.
I believe introductions are in order.
It's okay, he's nothing of note. So I don't remember him. Ugh, what a reading. Allow me, you have note. Captain of the 2nd Company. Skiron, Captain of the 3rd Company. Eula, Captain of the 4th Company. And me, of course, Captain of the 9th Company.
Oh, you're all captains?
That's right.
No, they just lied.
Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll
Jean!
Please have a voice. Damn it, she doesn't have a voice. Traveler, Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. I'm just gonna use my voice for Traveler. Everyone will have to deal with it. I'm in the middle of a quiz. You can't join when I'm in the middle of an Archon quest. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there's some new faces. There must have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
Trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
I can understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interests of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric I can't talk justice in the spirit of order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Nah, she got us for no reason. Hold on. The group of people we saw in the corridor just now. There's someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right. He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
A keen observation, traveler. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of the case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm no matter what you hear. I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in this
Oh,
case.
that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. You can tell which characters are playable. Everyone else has boring ass hair. Okay, Albedo, it's because he's in the middle, but like, you got bright red hair, you got green hair, you got bright blue flamboyant outfit, you got pink hair, and you got, I guess, the girl at the front. But you know, it checks out, I feel like. Hold on, just a second, chat. The identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now that the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges, the court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's half. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Sick, she has a voice. Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Murder?
Hello, Sakura Umi. Dot dot dot.
A witness
I don't
stated
want to
that
make Albedo
11 days
noises.
ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
No. There's no way.
Suspedo?
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice, so is that what you was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body. Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination. I was terrified, thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
I wasn't paying attention to... Sorry. Wasn't paying attention. I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
Sucrose? No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
In other words, you dug the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single and the captain of the investigation team. I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
D-look. I don't know how to say his name. Ragvinder. Please tell the court what you saw. Around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any trace.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
I would only inquire as to what Mr. Deluc was doing in the area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. It just happened to be in the right place, in the right time. That's all. The older models are kinda killing me right now. Sorry, I hit my mic. Didn't mean to. Master Deluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo, yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
And this is what looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is all that remains of the body? Why is that all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Alchemy. Careful now, Mr. Deluc. Master Deluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment. But we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did that discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present.
That's right. We were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Bro, how would she not know?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose.
I mean, unless they do.
That meeting in the library, were you awake
Is
the
it turning
whole
into
time?
shit?
Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Oh,
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is the sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount.
Mr. Albedo.
I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce a human's body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
His hat just looks like cat ears.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
A correspondence.
Oh no, that envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation, and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be part of the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims, and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Huh. Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive on the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains. The court finds the defendant guilty. That was quick. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Are we busting him out of prison? Jane stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Girl, we both know he did not kill someone. Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Following in Rhindaughter's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation, that would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes. You're needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. The current story seems to be related to your past adventures, which it ran you to. Y'all, that's crazy. Y'all are actually have my name. That's crazy. Well, maybe I don't want to go over those
Many
experiences right
insects
now.
have a compulsion to follow the light.
Okay, Malika, you can keep yapping about your bugs. You know, depending on what adventure rank you are, Arania too. You know, maybe we could co-op like that weekly boss in what's it called? Not on, because I get my ass handed. You're having too much fun. I don't know who you are. Venti. Oh god, I can't do Venti's voice. Ah, Arani, traveler, Paimon. I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me? I'm in the middle of the Archon quest. I can't let you join the world. I'm very sorry. I mean, you can type in chat if you want something. Like what you want.
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Dahlia. Okay.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is,
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti.
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
wait then. You know
about... About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Oh shit, was I not paying attention? No, I was. Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean we know his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Sorry, wasn't paying attention. Well, I knew from the moment Rhine-daughter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. I'm not even gonna try, sorry. A perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motives. His true identity is a potential
A
weakness.
synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other, a very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun. Sorry, chat, I gotta pause for a second.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
When no love remains for the song to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Lord?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life, at least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
This is his way of asking. He's just a little dramatic. Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You'll still have help, of course. Which is why I prepared a little surprise. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. So it's like, it really is like Ace Attorney. You gotta collect evidence. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side.
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
How old is he? Indeed, your companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and
In
familiar.
all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
People have been hyping up Dahlia for who knows how long, and people keep... I don't know. I don't know anything about the leaks. I just know they exist. Barbados? Serious? You give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the Animo Archon.
Is that so? I wonder what Barbados would thinks about that. Perhaps you should pray to him and find
Good
out.
idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
Oh, you know what? Forget about Barbados, Dahlia. Treat me to a drink instead. You won't refuse me, would you?
A dear friend like you? Never.
I kind of like the story mode thing. Like, theoretically, they don't just throw you into every story. So I like the concept, at least. Like, you don't accidentally walk past it and get thrown into the story, which is nice. I don't think we actually got anything from finishing this, though. Yeah. I never read this. Paralogism, our conquest interlude chapter has been unlocked. Greatness created in the moment where miracles met life. Neither mundane knowledge nor earthly compassion could hope to reach that light. The arrogant slither forth from the darkness, hypocrisy draped in virtue and reason. Their gnashing maws devour all, brothers and mothers alike. I know you must all be shocked, but the evidence is solid.
I don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
Y'all? Stream crashed again and made it 45 minutes this time, which is better than less than 8 minutes. But you're fucking kidding me. I'm fucking curse at this point. What if I crash? Yay! Yay! Stream crashed again. Hold on. Let me start again, because stream keeps crashing. I'll be back.